Joining us now for a quick conversation is a senior Congress leader and a Congress MP from Sivaganga, Mr. Karti Chidambaram. Hi sir, how are you sir?
Fine.
So my first question to you is that in his trip to the US, LOP Rahul Gandhi is stating that in the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections, the Congress had destroyed the idea of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. How do you look at this statement?
Mr. Rahul Gandhi is giving his perspective on how he sees things, but definitely the Prime Minister who was expecting a 400 seat victory in this election has been greatly punctured, and he's been cut down to size, but he's now has to depend on two political parties for his government survival.
Sir, as far as the Congress's performance in the Lok Sabha elections is concerned, the consistent complaint was that there was not a level playing field in the elections, and despite that, the Congress was able to secure.
True. That is absolutely true. The Election Commission, the agencies were always targeting the Congress party, but in spite of that, we were hamstrung for resources, and we were competing against a political machinery of the BJP, which had these huge resources through the electoral bonds and through other means, and then they were targeting, the agencies were consistently targeting opposition leaders, and in spite of that, we did very, very well, and we cut the BJP down to size.
Sir, it's been a few months since the elections got over. Do you see any difference in the way the BJP is governing from before to now?
See, the BJP is in a declining phase as far as India's polity is concerned. I think they are a tired and a fatigued government. Nothing special has happened. Almost it's going to be close to 100 days since they came to power. I think on the 16th it will become 100 days. Nothing new has been announced. And they are also realizing the new equations in Parliament. They really can't have their way. That is why the Waqf bill which they brought about had to be sent to a joint parliamentary committee. So this new realization is dawning on them slowly. But their behavior, I can't see much of a change because they're still targeting opposition parties. Their agencies are running loose and amok. But they will be cut to size in the months to come.
From the leadership of the Prime Minister, sir, do you see any difference?
I mean, he's become more silent, I think, and his attendance to Parliament was poor before and continues to be poor now.
Sir, the RSS, the one more persistent complaint is that the RSS believes that certain languages, religions, and certain states are inferior to others, and do you also agree with the statement?
The RSS view of India is a very Hindutva India. We completely disagree with that. We believe in the diversity of India. We believe in unity in diversity, whereas the RSS and the BJP believe unity in uniformity. So we have a 180-degree view difference in how we view the idea of India itself.
Sir, but when we talk to the BJP, they tell that we are not against any religion or we are not for any religion. So how does the Congress justify?
But their actions are clearly pushing an Hindutva agenda and also belittling anybody else who does not speak Hindi or to follow the Hindutva of their version. For example, Tamil is a classical language, but the amount of money they allocate Tamil is so small compared to what they've allocated Sanskrit, which has also been a classical language. Why can't they treat both classical languages equally, even though Tamil is a far more widely spoken language? Sanskrit is hardly spoken, but why do they give more resources to Sanskrit? And there is a clear Hindutva push, and they want to belittle the minorities. It's very apparent in their behavior.
So when it comes to states, do you think some states, do they think some states are inferior to others?
States which they are in government directly, they seem to definitely support them financially far more than states in which they don't have a political foothold, particularly states like Tamil Nadu, where they don't have a political foothold. They definitely treat those states in terms of in asset allocation in a far more partisan manner.
Sir, on the Haryana election, sir, now it seems like the alliance between Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress doesn't, seem to come into fruition. So do you think this will...
Congress is going to win comfortably. We are going to win a 2/3 majority in Haryana, very, very comfortably.
Sir, how do you think the addition of Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia...
I mean, I'm not very familiar with the granular details of Haryana, but I'm sure she's a well-known figure and she'll add value. Both of them will add value to the Congress party, but the Congress party is going to win very, very convincingly in Haryana.
Sir, coming to the states, sir, final two questions. Sir, I could see you putting out a lot of tweets about the ruling DMK regime here, especially you've spoken in length and breadth about the law and order situation, about,
See, this contract killing is something which is happening a little bit more in greater frequency, and the police must definitely crack down on these contract killing gangs. These are not political killings. These are because people with rowdy backgrounds have joined many political parties for protection. And that's they are the ones who are getting killed, and they're not getting killed because of their political ideology. They're getting killed because of their past enmity or their past activities. And these killings are carried out by gangs, organized criminal gangs, which are for hire. And I think the intelligence units and the police must crack down on these organized assassination gangs.
So the persistent defense that comes in from their side is that most of these crimes they happen because of personal
I've
enmity.
exactly said that. I've said that I agree with that. These are not killings which are happening because of political ideology. These are killings which are happening because of the past antecedents of a past rivalry. But the mechanism which these killings are happening is through organized assassination gangs. If there are organized assassination gangs, I'm sure the intelligence units and the police can crack down on these organized gangs even before they get into operation. And that's what I'm trying to say.
The number of crimes have gone up.
I don't have the exact numbers and the data on my hand, but definitely the frequency in which organized gangs are indulging in contract killings is definitely gone up, and that needs to be curbed.
Sir, I could see a lot of tweets about urban governance also, like regarding Kuam you have spoken.
See, generally political parties don't speak about middle class issues. Middle class are the most ignored section of society. They don't really talk about them, and particularly urban governance and urban issues are never spoken in political discussions. And especially this issue of this Kuam, I've been hearing it since the days I was in school. And in fact, every time I went to school in Don Bosco, I had to cross the Kuam River to go to school. There's a bridge over there, a very narrow bridge. It's been widened subsequently. But I've been hearing about the story of this Kuam getting cleaned for the last 40 years, but nothing visible has happened. And so I want to understand what we as a society are doing. We are spending so much money on this exercise, what's coming out of it, what's working, what's not working, and where we need to go. And for that, we need a white paper.
So from these conversations, the outsiders like political analysts, they feel that there is the relationship between you and the DMK has got a bit shaky.
No, there's nothing. Just because I as a public representative, I raise issues of a public interest does not mean my relationship with the DMK is bad. I mean, I had a very, very good relationship with the DMK, and that's why our alliance did very well, including in Sivaganga, where we won very convincingly.
So final question, sir. How do you think Vijay's launch into Tamil Nadu politics will have any kind of impact in the Tamil Nadu?
No, it will not have any impact. He'll get a few percentage of votes, which will be his fans, but he will join the long list of film stars who went solo and did not make an impact in the.
How are you so sure, sir?
Except Mr. M.G. Ramachandran, nobody's really made a successful transition from the silver screen into politics. Even Jayalalitha's acting career was long over, and she inherited a political party. So just starting a political party from scratch and succeeding is a very, very difficult exercise. And I do not know what Mr. Vijay stands for. If he's standing in local politics, does he mean is he opposing the DMK? Is he differing from the DMK? If he's differing from the DMK, how is he differing from the DMK? What is he offering? I don't know his position on any issue. So all I know is he's got a political party which has got a name and he's got some political flag. Beyond that, I have no idea what he stands for. Unless we know what he stands for, how can we say whether he's going to succeed? And looking at past experiences, most film stars, including Mr. Kamala Hassan, including Mr. Vijaykanth, including Mr. Bhakyaraj, have all attempted and failed. And so the history and the track record only suggests that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for talking to us. The middle class is usually the section that is getting neglected when it comes to urban governance, and I want to focus on issues of urban governance is what Sivaganga MP Karti Chidambaram has to say. This is Dharani with Jayaprakash for Times Network from Chennai.